Terrestrial radiation refers to the naturally occurring ionizing radiation that emanates from radioactive materials and elements present in the Earth's crust and environment. This radiation has been present on Earth since its formation and is a result of the radioactive decay of certain elements. Terrestrial radiation is one of the primary sources of background radiation, which is the ionizing radiation that we are exposed to on a daily basis from natural and human-made sources. The three main sources of terrestrial radiation are primordial radionuclides. These are radioactive isotopes of elements that have existed since the Earth's formation. Examples include uranium-238, thorium-232, and potassium-40. These isotopes decay slowly over long periods of time, emitting alpha, beta, and gamma radiation in the process. Cosmic radiation. Although cosmic radiation primarily comes from space, it can interact with the Earth's atmosphere and produce secondary particles, some of which reach the Earth's surface. These secondary particles contribute to terrestrial radiation. Radon gas. Radon is a radioactive gas that results from the decay of uranium and thorium in the Earth's crust. Radon can accumulate in buildings and pose a health risk when inhaled, as it can break down into solid radioactive particles that can damage lung tissue. Terrestrial radiation exposure is typically low and considered a natural part of our environment. However, the level of exposure can vary depending on factors such as geological conditions, the type of soil, and the construction materials used in buildings. It is essential to monitor and manage radon levels indoors to reduce the risk to human health, as prolonged exposure to high levels of radon can increase the risk of lung cancer. To assess and control terrestrial radiation exposure, various organizations and authorities establish safety guidelines and regulations to protect individuals and the environment from excessive radiation exposure. These guidelines help ensure that exposure to terrestrial radiation remains within safe limits.